bitten by a radioactive spider, and for the last 22 years, I thought I was the one and only Spider-Man.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another A&R review. The audio for this first bit died, so now you get to listen to my beautiful, sultry voice. But we're going to be looking at the SV Action Peter B. Parker, and he's got a bunch of awesome accessories and this cool gargoyle lion head thing. So make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment, because we give away prizes every month. And actually, at the end of this video, we'll be announcing the winner for January's prize, so be sure to stay tuned for that.
So, we're going to do a walk around the box here because it is such a nice, lovely box. Plus, it's a deluxe box. It comes with the gargoyle slash lion head that, you know, Peter B sits on and has his cup of coffee and reads his New York Times paper. You know, schmeal. But the box is pretty similar to what we saw with the SV Sentinel Miles. You get a nice little peekaboo window here. You see Peter B's head pop in there. So cool. I love it. And then you get a little bit, you know, the logo from the movie and him swinging into action. Side of the box is what I was talking about. This is the deluxe packaging where you get this little goodie right here. I needed to have him. That's why I got the side of the box a gargoyle here. I needed this guy in my collection. And then you get different looks of him all around here. The other side, this side of the box here, it is upside down, and they did it on, you know, for fun. It's cool. You know, Spider-Man's always hanging out upside down. So yeah, nice play on it. I like it. It's cool. And then you get more pictures, more artwork, you know, posability and all that stuff. It's really nice to see all this. It's great presentation, to be honest with you. I really, you know, I really love this. And then the top here, you get the Spider-Man movie logo. And then at the bottom you have, you know, barcode and legal stuff and where, you know, it's shipped and company, you know, the schmeal that you need to know about. But okay,
schmeal, sure, Urban Dictionary. Some is very good weekend. Nope. It's a sick lightsaber. Very large round cat. Okay. Stain, no. What's happening? No. Hiding your worms with a blowtorch. Okay.
But overall, you know, it's a great presentation. And we're going to open this puppy up now. Unlike the SV Sentinel, there is no Velcro box opening. You kind of open from the top here, so it's got tape. Open it up, and I think I just ripped a little piece off. That's okay. I've got two. So I'm assuming this is the actual gargoyle, and the stuff in here is Peter B and all his stuff. You get a nice newspaper. So in here, you actually cut out the newspaper that he actually holds in his hand. You got newspaper clippings here, so you can just cut, not newspaper clippings, but actual newspapers here that you can cut and have him hold. I think that's pretty awesome. Make use of the instructions and stuff and embed the newspaper in here. It's pretty cool. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. Woo! I knew that I would not be disappointed by going with the deluxe version. Wow. This is so cool. A little piece here to cut out. Put a hole in there. You can actually hang him in the wall flat and then have him sort of sitting on top so it looks like it's on a ledge. I mean, this is going to make some great pictures. We'll probably do some cool pictures with this guy and Peter B, and maybe even have Miles hanging out with them at the top here. That is so awesome. I'm really happy with the way it looks. It's nice and big too. It's not a little tiny little thing that, you know, you have to worry about Peter B falling off. So it's really cool. Very well put together. All right, on to the main attraction right here. This is Peter B and all kinds of accessories. You know, I don't mind paying extra. If you're gonna give me a cool set of hands and all kinds of other accessories, I'm all for it. It just makes the, you know, the figure and, you know, the actual set just so much better. Here he is out of the package, and this is so cool because this is the Spider-Man that I love. I love this lanky, you know, not proportioned in all areas because he's not perfect, but I don't know. There's a certain way a Spider-Man figure should look, and to me, the SV Sentinel company has really nailed. They nailed what Miles looked like, and gave him the accessories he came with. The issue was with the neck. The neck piece that was a little too small. The neck was a little too low. But for here, I'm looking at his neck and his head area here. I think they got it right. I think they got the body right. The articulation we'll talk about in a second here, but just the feel of him, the texturing of the pants, the top here, just the way he looks, and the portion of him skinny in the limbs area, and then nicely portioned in the middle here. This is really a great looking Peter B. Parker, or Peter Parker, depending on which head you go with. So articulation wise, well, the neck area seems to be just fine, and we'll put up the articulation up on the screen here. It doesn't have the issue with the Miles that we had. It is sitting on a ball here, and you can get, the neck is independent as well. You can get a lot of movement here, left and right, up and down, all kinds of angles. So to me, it's fine. There's no issues here. The shoulder area though, however, it doesn't have a butterfly joint, but it's attached to a ball here, but it just makes a weird looking cut here. So, when he's pulling or something, you've got this odd looking cut that just doesn't seem to look good. I just think it's kind of odd they didn't just put a butterfly joint on him and just made it easier. Instead, decide to put at the end here with the ball joint. Bicep swivel, it's there. You got double elbow. You've got wrist here where it does move around. So they've learned their lesson from Miles, where Miles didn't have wrist articulation. He just had multiple wrists that you just kind of put. So they've actually put that in here where he does have the ability to move around the wrist, which is nice. In terms of the upper body here, you do have full upper body rotation. It's sitting on the ball joint here, and you can get all kinds of rotation and movements, which is great. And then also in the waist area. The waist area though, this is the interesting part, because you can take the waist off, the different waist. He comes with one that's got a little bit of a stomach versus this one here, because you can choose between Peter B and Peter Parker. Which one do you want to have on your shelf? So popping off that is not that difficult. It's pretty easy. And because it's different sizes of waist here, it does leave this weird little gap around it. Depending on how you pose it, it might expose the gaps more. So like, for example, if he's bending over, you've got a weird looking gap right there. So the stomach area and the lower part, the the nether regions, doesn't really line up sometimes depending on what pose you put them in. So that is a little bit of a bummer, but they're giving us two different stomachs because they want you to have variety. I get it. It's not a deal breaker. It just depends on some of the positions you make, which is yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say because I really like this figure, and these little tiny things kind of bother me, and I don't know if it will bother you or not. Like, I mean, right here, I've got him standing still, and if you look closely here, you can see gaps where the shoulder and the chest meets. So it kind of bothers me because if he's standing still here, he's got this gap. I mean, you can move his arms like this over and cover it up, but why do I have to like put him in the exact perfect placement of his arms? It should have coverage. This cut here is just weird. So with the lower body here, you do have the leg on a socket here. So it doesn't have a thigh cut, but you get good rotation of the thigh. There's no drop down of the thigh. And for the knees, you have double knees. So you've got good, articulation with the leg, lower leg here. And then you don't have any boot swivel, but you do have a toe articulation, and the leg can swivel any direction. It is on a ball here. So overall, decent articulation for this guy. I wouldn't say the best. Butterfly joints, like I said, would have been nicer. Some of the cuts on him kind of make him look weird in several positions, but it has all the Spider-Man articulations you would need, I believe, to get some great poses. And I don't know about the picture-wise because some of the cuts might be an issue here. All right, so he does come with 4 different additional head sculpts here, and we'll kind of show them off here. You've got the regular head, and then you've got this here, the surprise bug eye or McFarlane eyes, whatever you want to call it. I love Spider-Man's with big eyes here. They look cool. That's my thing. And then you've got the Peter B here looking away. I absolutely love the eyes because they actually glitter. It really looks solid. You know, sometimes there's eyes that are just painted and it looks dull. This really captured, when the light hits the eye here, it really looks cool. I love the way they put this eye together. It just really looks, oh my god, it's staring forever. Get a room. Oh, sorry. Anyways. And then we have another one here where he's sort of whistling, and this, it really reminds me of the movie when he's whistling here and looking away. Unfortunately, you got 2 great head sculpts, but they both look away. There's no head sculpt of Peter B looking straight at you, so bit disappointed there. And then finally we have the Peter Parker that passed away, rest in peace, in the Miles universe, the head sculpt there, which is why I bought 2, because I'm gonna put one like this and one with Peter B on it. So yeah, I'm gonna have my Peter Parker from that universe. All right, so we've got the additional stomach or waist area, sorry, and the underpants or the buttocks, as my camera guy says. So, booty. Yes, the booty. We'll swap these guys' stomachs out here. All right, so we have swapped out the pants and the stomach area here, the waist, and we've got ourselves a Peter B. So, as you can see, one's got a 6-pack and one's got a keg. Alright, so a couple of other accessories that he has here. Some really cool ones here. He's got these nice glasses that sit on him here. I think they look great. Probably can be used for other figures in your collection that you could take, you know, put the glasses on. Ever wonder what kind of coffee Peter B drinks? Is it Folgers? Is it Tim Hortons? Is it Starbucks? Who knows, right? But he needs his cup of joe, and I'm glad they've given him a cup here with a hand. It is cool. I like it. It's unique. Hey, he needs coffee, right? To fight crime. He's got to wake up. The spidey senses got to tingle. You know what that's also really tingly is when you click on that like button to subscribe. It gets my spider senses going. So hit out that like button, subscribe button, hit the notification button because you want to be tingled when we send a video down. And my camera guy's laughing. I don't know why. It's not cheesy at all. It's great. Anyways, leave a comment as well. Maybe how cheesy this joke was. But leave a comment because we will be giving away prizes every month. Right? Right, camera guy?
Yup.
Yes, we're giving away prizes every month. And we're going to announce the prize, like I said, at the end of this video, which is coming up very close. So stay tuned. Next up, we have these little cool web shooting hands, and yeah, they look great. They, you know, the hands are attached with the web shooter, so additional hands. And speaking of hands, we got a bunch of hands to show you guys. So in addition to the coffee hand, the 2 hands that he comes with in the package, and the 2 hands with the webs attached to it, he's got 5 more sets of hands here, and they do just about everything you need. Closed fist hands, you know, the web crawling or wall crawling hands, and, you know, the shooting hands, whatever hands you wanted him to have, he's got them. And that is why you pay the premium price for some of these figures, to get that variety. And I'm absolutely loving the choices I get with this guy. In addition to the accessories that we showed, and there was a lot, we've got the traditional stand here that, you know, SV does. And you know what, it's a good stand because it allows light to go through. There's little sockets here that you can have, and then there's a big opening in the middle to allow lights to go through, which is great for photography. And then also is a bunch of webs here. You got a web lines here that he can use to give him some cool poses. So a lot of options. I'm digging it. It's cool. If you're looking for a Spider-Man figure with accessories, I think this one kind of covers it all. Comparison time. Well, we've got 2 Spider-Mans here with Peter B. We've got the Marvel Legends Retro Spider-Man, and we got the Mafex Spider-Man right here. And he scales pretty good with them. The Legend is a little bit bulkier. But I think he scales actually a lot better with the Mafex here. Height-wise, they're pretty much on the same level here, so you could mix with either one of these lines, and I think you might be okay. Here we have Spider-Gwen and Spider-Ham from the Marvel Legends line, and I think they scale pretty good. He scales pretty good. He might be a little bit chunkier than what the SV action figure version would be, but we haven't seen one yet, so he will do, I think, in terms of height. He looks good. It's a good height. And for her, I think the height is close. He could be a tad bit taller. But if you're putting this figure in the Marvel Legends line, like I said, it should fit in. This is what I've been waiting for. I wanted to compare this as soon as I got my Peter B. You've got the SV Sentinel Miles Morales here, and then you've got the Mafex Miles Morales. I honestly think both of them could fit in with him. The Miles SV Sentinel does fit in at the right height and the right width. They look really good together. This is great. This is what I've wanted. It looks awesome. So here we have the Peter Bs together. I've got the Marvel Legends. I've got the Mafex one here, and then the SV Action right in the middle. And height-wise, the Marvel Legend is a bit taller. The Mafex and the SV Action are very, very close. Probably on par here. This one seems to be a bit more bulkier than that one, but in terms of look and everything, man, it's close. I didn't expect the Mafex to be this good compared to this, but it's giving it a run for our money here. Unlike the Mafex versus the SV Sentinel Miles, I thought the SV Sentinel Miles was a little bit better, but these two, This guy, not so much, but I mean, look at the price point, right? This guy is what, 1/3 the price of these two. So overall, I still want to say SV Action. I don't know why I'm just saying it, because I don't know. This guy's got nice butterfly joints inside it and all that stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to say this one is still my pick as best Peter B. Parker. In terms of the clothing, well, I'm kind of disappointed that this guy, the SV Action, doesn't come with any, clothing, because the Mafex one does. And even though you can take the jacket and sweatpants and switch it up with this guy, and it fits pretty good, and we'll probably put it up on our Instagram, so you can go check that out at Astonishing NR. We'll put some pictures up with this guy wearing the Mafex clothing. But yeah, that's the only downside about this figure. You don't get the clothing, so if you're looking for sweatpants and a jacket, you're better off looking for a Mafex version of him. You'll get that. So before I give my final take, I do want to mention our winner. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it is Jennifer. You left a comment on one of our videos, and you actually won yourself the January figure here, Webman from the Marvel Legends. So let us know, get a hold of us on our social media or our YouTube about section, and we'll get this out to you. And if you want to be a winner like Jennifer and win a cool prize like the Webman, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button, and leave a comment, and notify yourself with hitting that bell, because you'll get a chance to win our February prize. We haven't announced what it is yet, but stay tuned. We will announce our February giveaway. Honestly, my opinion on this is it's a great figure, not the best figure. It could have been better, but I'm nitpicking here. And, well, that's my job, to nitpick a little bit here and there, right? But for the price point, I think it's probably going to be your best bet for a Peter B. Parker in a while. So that's my opinion. And get the deluxe, because the gargoyle lion statue is so nice. It's great to pose, put him on top of it and take some pictures. It's just a nice little piece. It's worth the extra bucks. That's my take on it. As always, have yourself a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. I guess one is Peter B's ass and one is Peter's ass.
Do they look this different?
Yeah, one's sculpted a little tighter.